Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 15, day number 15 of albums that are 30 years old in 2024. We're looking back on 1994. 31 days in the month of March. We picked out our 31 favorite albums across all genres that are celebrating their 30th anniversaries and birthdays this year. Today, for pick number 15, this is the second album from this Finnish band, released July 12th, 1994, produced by Thomas Skogsberg and the band themselves for Relapse Records. I'm talking about Amorphous, Tales from the Thousand Lakes. That's right. A concept album based on the classic Finnish book or epic tale, whatever you want to call it, the Kalevala. It's all about that. They would actually utilize lots of themes from the Kalevala in a lot of their music throughout the years. This is their, like I said, their second album. The first to really introduce like keyboards and clean vocals into their sound. The first album was much more of a straight-ahead death metal album. On this particular record here, they're incorporating death metal, doom metal, folk metal, and some gothic metal touches as well. And the lineup on the album consists of Tommi Koivusaari, I hope I'm saying these names right, on vocals and guitar, Esa Holopainen on lead guitar, Olli-Pekka Lane on bass, Jan Rekberger on drums, and Kaspar Martinsen on keyboards, with Ville Tuomi contributing some clean vocal parts on the album. So what do we got here on the album itself? Opens up with the instrumental Thousand Lakes that moves into the Crushing Into Hiding. From there we go to the Castaway. You know, most of the songs on this album are fairly short, which is kind of interesting, right, considering it's like a concept album. No big long suites and tracks and things like that. You got First Doom is very dark and doomy. You got Black Winter Day, another really cool song from this album. Drowned Maid, In the Beginning, Forgotten Sunrise, Two Fathers Cabin, and of course the closer, Magic and Mayhem. You know, the music of this band early on, very different from where they are today, and also where they were like in the latter part of the 90s and the early 2000s. I'd argue that Amorphous have morphed many times throughout their career and kind of changed up their sound. Like I said, this early part of the catalog, very kind of doomy death metal, but with progressive elements. Then they would take on a more kind of like straight hard rock sound later on in the decade, going into the 2000s. And then kind of like the death metal would kind of come back a little bit. And then on more recent albums, right, more recent meaning the last like 15, 20 years, they've incorporated this great use of all those elements, right? It's kind of like it's straight ahead metal, it's power metal, it's progressive metal, it's death metal, soaring clean vocals, and the big bellowing death growls, but loads of keyboard soundscapes and crushing guitars and folk elements and all that sort of thing. But it all kind of started right here on this album to me. Although I do like their first album, I think this is the album where the kind of the sound of Amorphous really starting to take shape in what we would see going forward. Some really good stuff here. A classic early album from this classic band from Finland. I urge you to check it out if you get a chance, right? So yeah, that is my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Tales from the Thousand Lakes. I always love this cover, right? It's great artwork on here. Show the band here. Look how young they are. Look at how young they are. They're kids, man. They're kids. Yeah, geez. 30 years ago, right? Who would have thunk? But yeah, one of the great bands on the extreme metal scene, certainly on the Finnish scene. Tales from the Thousand Lakes is my pick today. Let us know what you think of this in the comments below. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's a really good album. Again, they get way more refined later on, but this is still a landmark album in their catalog and one of my favorites from 1994. List your pick down below and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do
hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here. We got Martin Popoff and the Funhouse happening in just a little bit. Stay tuned for that. We got Ken Golden. Professor's Picks coming up this afternoon. Tomorrow we have the review crew, and Sunday is ranking the albums. I will be ranking the catalog of German thrash titans Creator. Finally getting to this, right? So that's coming up on Sunday. So all this and more here on SOT. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.